clean your room. If you can't even clean up your room, who the hell are you to give advice to the world? While I'm not thinking of giving advice to anyone, it is still a good metric of success. Finish that one thing you've been putting off before moving on to the next. As someone who likes to dabble in a variety of hobbies or projects, I tend to feel guilty moving on to the next when I haven't even finished the one I've set out to do. Making videos was one of the things I've been wanting to do, but I just could never pull the trigger. Pinpointing the exact reasoning for not doing something I've been wanting to do is hard. Finding the exact cause for procrastination is hard. But it probably isn't that complicated, right? It most likely is due to my procrastinating nature, but I also find myself unable to start something when I am not ready. But determining the time for when I am ready is nigh impossible. I've been putting off working out for the last 8 months because I've been wanting to record my progress in a more meaningful manner. And to do so, I was set on creating progress pictures and taking videos of myself. This led me to a rabbit hole of wanting to start a YouTube channel and document my progress, but even that was put on hold. For more presentable videos, I wanted to fix up my office space, but even that was slept on since I didn't exactly know how I wanted to plan out the place. The only thought I had was wanting a shelf to store and organize the random books and trinkets I had lying around. Yep, as ridiculous as it sounds, the reason why I haven't worked out for the past 8 months was due to a stupid shelf. When people say your worst enemy is yourself, I guess this was what they meant. But yeah, I want to kick myself out of procrastinating and just do it. It wasn't easy, but the guilt and suffocation of not having access to my creative outlet was starting to eat me up, both physically and mentally. As I'm cleaning out the den, I started to think to myself, I'm making a video, but what kind of video and what format? In truth, I don't exactly know. I'm not trying to be the next Casey Neistat, nor am I creative like, Life of Riza. I considered leaning towards something more artsy or cinematic like, but I don't have the experience nor knowledge to do something too fancy. And if I try to overcomplicate things too much, I'll probably end up not doing it all over again. In the end, I think I'll just wing it. I also don't know how long I'll keep this up, and where I'd like to take this new filming hobby. Knowing myself, I might eventually burn out before I get anywhere with this, but the hope is to learn and get substantially far enough to get some meaningful gains. Maybe it'll help me get some insight on the art of video making and editing, else it'll still be a valuable method to learn storytelling to enrich my skills in being a dungeon master. And if all fails, this could still be a good repository to look back to, much like baby pictures that your parents still have of you. All in all, cleaning out the workspace didn't take me too long, which includes the few times I've stopped to play games and loiter around on YouTube. The act of cleaning is something I do find oddly therapeutic. It is, in fact, the idea of making the video that I was dreading and kept pushing the work down the line. The way I've been narrating makes it seem like I have a magic formula to beat crippling procrastination, but that is far from the truth. I am still very much a victim of it. By now, it has taken me 3 months to conceptualize the video, 2 weeks to find the right opportunity to act upon it, 4 days to clean the den and record the process, and then another week and a half to write the script plus editing the video. Chipping away at a daunting task is one way to finish it. One reason I find myself procrastinating on it is because of the tendency to have high expectations and trying to overachieve at something that I'm not used to doing. It doesn't matter how long you take, as long as it's done, then it's already a win, especially if the alternative is not doing it at all. Procrastination is a tough and daunting fortress. If you go about fighting it head on, odds are you would lose the battle. It's a siege, a war of attrition, a tiresome attempt at getting enemy intel, But no matter how tough it is, if you keep inching towards the finish line, you will eventually crack it open. If and when you come back to fight the same battle, past experiences and learning will definitely make things easier. Well, at least I hope so. Another reason is due to the fact that all these expectations are self-imposed. It won't matter if I don't finish, not like I have anyone to disappoint. Such is the pitfall of projects and works that involve creativity. The stakes are a lot lower when no one but yourself knows about it. Lastly, I've already emphasized it before, but doing something I'm not used to doing really does cause one to overthink it. A good chunk of time was spending trying to analyze a variety of people's videos. Casey Neistat, Riza, Matt Diavella, to name a few. Studying their videos in hopes to copy or learn something. After all, the tradition of all art starts with imitation. However, I quickly realized the lack of experience and knowledge of even the fundamentals. It's like trying to amalgamate famous works of art on your first try, and that probably won't end well, if you even get to that point. Hence the aforementioned decision to just wing it. Can't expect to run without first learning to crawl. As mentioned, I like to dabble in a variety of hobbies or projects, and this video is another one of those. In my head, I have a bunch more things I want to do. For example, working out, studying up on programming, reintroducing myself to becoming a dungeon master, getting back at becoming Nihongo Jozu, are just a few things on my mind that I would like to get out. Let's just hope I manage to do things without procrastinating more than I already have, and try to not to burn out in the process. I'm going to document my journey, and if this inspires just one other person out there to do the same, then I think I've done more than I hope to achieve. I appreciate you reaching this far, watching a random person doing his chores and listening to the narration of his inner monologue. The space is by far not the most impressive, nor is it my dream office. There are probably a lot more I would want to add to this, but at least it's not a pile of mess that I've been putting off. Additions can always come later. If there's a takeaway from this video, it would be to just start doing the things you've been wanting to do. And if there's still something you need to do before getting to it, then cleaning your room will probably be a good start.